I can't wait to go to the beach, oh my god.
The beach. Welcome back to another episode of Six Picks. I'm Emma.
And I'm Abby, and this summer we are taking some awesome books to the beach. These 6 books show that beach reads can not only be fun, but substantive.
My first pick is When Katie Met Cassidy by Camille Perry. It's a really fun, kind of frothy, romantic read in the style of like The Wedding Date by Jasmine Guillory, which we both really loved.
We did.
It follows 28-year-old Katie, whose personal life is really kind of in upheaval after her fiancé dumps her because he decides he's in love with her best friend. I know. She meets Cassidy as an opposing attorney. They're working on the same case but on opposite sides, and they fall into what for Katie is a very unexpected romance. This book explores issues of self-identity, about kind of finding out later in life that things you believed about yourself to be true might be more complicated than they first appeared. It tackles issues of gender, of found families, of what happens when your politics or your personal beliefs kind of don't mesh with your family's beliefs, and how you navigate that as a young adult, or what are we calling ourselves now, medium adults? And it also is just a really nice, kind of adorable, kind of sexy romance.
My first pick is The Glitch by Elizabeth Cohen, and I absolutely roared through reading this. It centers on Silicon Valley tech CEO Shelley Stone, who's like a Sheryl Sandberg-esque character who is leaning in so hard she's about to fall over. She schedules sex with her husband, she has me time on the treadmill at 3 in the morning, and she takes a men's multivitamin so she's not a party to her own oppression. So Shelley is the president of this company called Conk, which is a wearable that sits behind your earlobe and whispers to you during the day. And when Shelley meets a younger woman who's also named Shelley Stone and has the exact same scar on her shoulder, Shelley begins to think that she might be losing it, that after being worked so hard and being so overscheduled, she's beginning to lose her mind. And things get a little glitchy for Shelley in all areas of her life, and we sort of watch the wheels come off the bus in this hysterical romp that skewers our culture's reliance on technology.
My second pick is The Hunger by Alma Katsu. It's a blend of historical fiction and supernatural thriller. It takes the real-life story of the Donner Party, which the facts of the Donner Party are already so terrifying and very harrowing, and threads through it a supernatural element that is completely bone-chilling. I'm not actually finished with this book yet because it is so scary that I had to take a break. I'm a big baby, so your mileage may vary. You might find it just scary enough, but I'm finding it the perfect beach read because you need those long summer days so that you can read this book while the sun is up, because you can't read it after dark if you ever want to sleep again. Highly recommend.
My second pick is The Female Persuasion by Meg Wolitzer. You know that I love Meg, and I absolutely adored this book. It centers on Greer Kadetsky, who is a freshman in college when she sees luminary Faith Frank give a speech on campus. Faith reminds me of sort of a Gloria Steinem type woman. She is all about women's lib and has worked hard for it during her career. So when Greer hears her speak, it ignites something in her, and she goes from being a freshman with a fine boyfriend, Corey, to eventually working under Faith and being mentored by her. So this book is all about the power of womanhood, the power of ambition, of power, of just wanting to be seen and recognized by someone else. So if you have ever had a female mentor who you absolutely are very grateful for, if you've ever had the spark of ambition that kept you going day after day, You absolutely need to read this book.
My last pick is Florida by Lauren Groff. Lauren Groff is a writer who I'm always excited to read, no matter what. Fates and Furies was so wonderful that I was just eagerly anticipating whatever she published next. And I grabbed this book and dug into it without knowing that it was a short story collection. So I was very surprised when I started the second chapter, and it was not the second chapter, but in fact a new story. But that was a pleasant surprise because I think short stories are perfect as a beach read because you can spend as much or as little time as you have with this book. So, you know, maybe you want to read 4 stories in a row, or maybe you just want to read one and then go splash in the waves. And as you can tell from the title of the book, the stories are set in Florida, and Lauren uses her signature kind of literary cerebral style to explore a lot of really cool Southern Gothic themes. Florida is such an interesting place for the Southern Gothic style, especially because I think it's got kind of a swampy mystery to it, at least to people like us who are total Yankees. And I really felt transported to like the Okefenokee.
My third and final pick is A Place for Us by Fatima Farheen Mirza. Now, this is the first pick in Sarah Jessica Parker's new imprint, SJP for Hogarth. And you know me, I trust SJP on everything from shoes to books, so you know this novel is going to be beautiful, and it is. The book centers on a Muslim American family living in California, and the novel opens at the eldest sister's wedding. The family's about to take a family portrait, and they're looking for the son, but he's missing, and in fact we learn that he has been estranged from the family for some time. This book goes back in time and looks at all of the members of the family. We really see how this family came to be fractured and how they come back together. It is an absolutely gorgeous and moving tale that will make you feel like the 6th member of this family. I promise that you absolutely will not want to let go of them when you reach the last page. There you go, readers. There are 6 awesome books to take with you to the beach this summer.
Do you have a book that you can't wait to read at the beach that we didn't mention? Let us know in comments below, or tweet at us at readitforward.
And if you want even more books to put in your beach bag, go to readitforward.com and sign up for our newsletter. We've got you covered like SPF 60.